there is nothing in this region.
Okay, welcome back.
Right. I have completed
figure
my
3
plan view,
Q2b now,
and
and
that is
same thing is the first angle
to it
projection.
for the plan view.
A is the front view.
And this is where
B
I
is
will
looking
switch
from
over
right,
to the
so you
construction
draw it
line,
on the left,
and I will
the
create
plan
my
view,
construction lines.
you'll be looking
right?
from the top, and the
And
plan
I'll
view is
put
drawn
vertical.
below. This is the 45-degree meter line, and the plan view would have the drawing
and I snap it to the extreme of my plan
with the
view.
length being tall, with
Now
this
I'm going
being
horizontal.
the height. This is the breadth. Okay, and when I start the drawing, I'm going to study this drawing, and I realize that
and I'm going to offset by 20 millimeters.
You can tell that the plan view provides the most number of dimensions that
and I'm going to draw the
plan view. So I'll probably start my
45-degree meter line. I'll just put
I would
distance of
probably
200,
not complete it because there are some unknown dimensions, and I'll leave it for later to do my projections. Okay, so I'll start with the plan view first.
What I'll do is I'll clean up the drawing,
that the height
selecting
is
everything
92,
and
the width is
setting the draw
72.
order.
Okay,
bringing it to the front so that I can check and make sure that I didn't miss out any outlines. Okay, just want to be safe. Now your front view is going to be in this region, and your side view is going to be in this region. So the next question that you want to ask yourself is, 92. What is the height
so you need to
of the component? So when you're looking at this, you ask yourself, what is the height? The height's from here to the top. And you can see
and
it is 88.
It goes all the way across
88.
72.
So what I'll do is that I will offset by 88,
and then it comes down, right? It comes all the way down,
right?
And it goes in by
and then
28.
For the
where I get that 28 from?
For the end view,
the 28 is here.
It's a vertical line.
Okay, and I'll go in by 6 millimeters, and I'll come out.
So my end view will be in this zone, and my front view is in this zone. Okay, I'm going to draw my front view now.
6 millimeters,
and the base of
and then I come out. Okay,
covers the entire length.
I'm not sure
and
where
I go up by 36
now for this length here,
millimeters. Let me check my drawing. Yes, it is 36 millimeters. I go up by 36.
This length here is 24.
I go in by the radius of 54.
And this is 16.
Then I will go upwards by 28 because it's given 28. So let's show you where I get all this data.
So
what
I'll do is the first line I'll probably put 90,
and next
and the angle I will put 90 plus 16.
It slopes.
That will give me
it slopes all the way up to the top here, and it ends in this portion. So I'm going to do a projection, and it ends here. Okay, and it goes across and then down.
This is the generic outline of my plan view. Okay, and I'm going to draw the top segment here.
And there is a center line that I'll draw for my countersunk hole.
I'm going to draw this part of the segment because the dimensions are given. I know there's an offset of 15 millimeters, and it goes in by 67. So
and it ends here.
From the top is 67. So what I'm going to do is,
and the next thing that we want to address, the end view pretty much looks like that. There is not much features. The next thing I'll go into is the hidden line.
And that's one way of doing it.
The hidden line I want to address first is the hidden lines that's coming from the hexagonal feature. I'll start off from the base.
I got that wrong.
Drawing all the way to the back, and then I'll shoot up to the full height. Okay. And then I will
by 15.
Draw this portion all the way down. Okay. And I will draw this line.
The next offset is by 60.
How do we go about doing that?
Let's check.
We can make use of projections. Oops, sorry.
So that's what I'm going to do.
This is the wrong drawing.
I'm going to offset by
this should be the drawing. Yes. And I'm going to start my hidden line. And my hidden line starts off here at the base. Okay. And it goes in all the way to this region. That's the first point.
Now there is a line that comes down.
Actually, what I can do is I can draw it all the way to the end.
And then it goes across.
This corner here.
But I do not know exactly where. Okay. So I know there is a line that comes down.
It goes to the top.
Okay. But I don't know exactly where.
Then
because
there is this
the length is
segment
not given
here.
to me. Right, so when you look at the drawing, I'm drawing this line now.
It goes to
I
this
don't know where it stops, so I can't finish this part of the drawing.
And this is pretty much it,
I can't
the
draw this
hidden
line
line
as well
for
because
the
I don't know
hexagon.
where the start end point is.
Right. The next thing that I have to draw is the hidden line for
I will just leave it
the counter ball,
and I will carry on drawing
what I'll do
other
is
features.
I will draw.
Right. So what are the other features that I can draw here?
Line.
Well, I can draw the
here.
cutout. I can draw the cutout.
I can trace
the cutout that is over
down.
here.
Just want to make sure.
The cutout has a radius of 17 millimeters.
I don't need to draw it all the way up.
Is
because
22 from the
I have to
right
draw the
and 48 from
angle.
the top. Okay.
And the other
right,
line,
48 from the top. So
I will draw it such that it will start from here and it will end intersecting the top outline
so
here.
I'll just do an offset.
So that I can draw this slope angle. And let me zoom
what
in.
I can do is I can
and this is the part
change
where
this to center line.
It's going to be maybe say 14 millimeters. And the angle is 135. Okay. Why is it 135? Because the countersunk is countersunk at 90 degrees. And if you work your angle, the opposing angle is 45 degrees. So it's 45 plus 90 is 135. So when I get this angle, what I'll do next is I will trim away the excess lines. And I will draw the neck.
Okay, I'm just going to bring it in
of the countersunk. I do not need this line anymore. And the next thing I'll do is I will do a mirror command.
Right, we can tell from
selecting all three
here, R17. And then it has a straight edge that goes all the way out to the slant edges. To the slant edge.
Front view.
That's what I'm going to draw.
Of what I have.
So I'm going to draw and
the next thing I'll do is I'll move over to the end view.
R17.
And the first thing I'll draw for the end view
and I'm going to draw
is the center line
edge all the way here.
Now because this drawing, this part is symmetrical,
then I'll trim it away.
I am going to just draw half of it.
Okay, that is the
I'll just spend my time drawing half of it
for the plan view.
And the end view goes up.
The next thing I'm going to draw is the threaded hole, the M16 threaded hole. And for threaded holes, we have to draw outline, a circle with an outline. And
by drawing half of it later on, I'll just
in thin line.
Mirror it.
Now the circle
I'm going to draw this line up next, and this line has a height of 28 millimeters.
16 millimeters in diameter. So I'll use the thin line.
So I'm going to go up by 28,
and the radius is 8.
And then it goes in,
is 16.
right? It goes in,
and
but I'm not sure by how much.
I'm just going to break.
Because if you were to look at your drawing, you realize that the length is not given,
right?
The length is not given.
As to what is the angle
of course, you can do the math, right? You have a cross corner
make use of
from the center to here is 30, so you take 54 minus 30. You can do the math.
We have to switch back to outline.
But what we can also do is, I'd like to show you this. We can make use of projection. And you zoom here.
The diameter here is,
and we project from the plan view across to the meter line,
12.8
and then we project it upward across. Okay, and this is where the line ends.
Okay,
right.
So what I'm doing is I'm going to look and check, and generally this is the
this part here
outline of the plan view.
Next,
and
I'm going to complete this feature. So what you can do is you be very disciplined about drawing. Try not to jump about too much. As you are drawing, focus in the vicinity or feature by feature. So you want to complete this feature, then you want to go up, complete the top, then you complete the hexagon. Right? So we go at it step by step. Right? So this is the feature that I want to draw. Right?
Horizontal.
And after we draw this rectangle, what's next is I'm going to draw a part of this hexagonal line on the slope,
45-degree line.
And how I will approach this is that I know,
let's put it all the way to 200,
that it goes from here up. But the end point, I do not know where the end point is for this. Okay. and I need to ask myself, I need to study the drawing,
so I highlight them,
and I need to know, and I know that from this point, I know where this point is, but I don't know where this point is.
Okay, so
but from your drawing, you know that I can project from the plan view,
front view,
and I can also project from the front view.
And
project from the end view, and I can project from the front view. So
when you look at the front
view,
the height is 62
right, I'm going to do my projection in construction line.
Where I am going.
The front view
is here.
That point
so that's where I'm
lies
going to do an
there.
Offset.
Okay.
To offset.
And from the plan view, the point is here. So I project it across, and I go up. Right. And hence this intersection point. Let me not confuse you. And hence this intersection point is the end point of where the hexagon is going to be.
I need to
over here, and then it goes down to close this segment, and that's part of the hexagon. So when I'm looking at the drawing, this I just drew this line that came down. Okay. The next segment is a straight line that runs across, and this is part of the hexagon as well.
Front view.
And I'm going to draw a straight line, but I do not know where this ends. Okay, because this is not given. The dimension of this is not given,
outline that
and the dimension of the hexagon of one edge is not given as well. So again, I'll be making use of projections to help me complete my drawing. Right? And
to a height,
make use of my
42.
construction line.
So I can type here 42. Right?
And this is where it starts.
Where do I get this 42? Actually, it's from here.
And I go across
right all the way to cross, because this line and this line and this line, they're all aligned.
Okay.
Right? Then I go up by 42, and then I go in. Right?
Then I will.
How much do I go in by?
Over here.
And come out. Right?
Okay. And this long rectangle strip
72 minus 15
is this segment here.
Yeah, going by 72.
The next thing is a vertical line all the way up.
So,
and it stops at this point, and again this point is not known, and I can project it from my front view.
I went by 42.
The point is not known, and I can project it from my front view.
And what I can do is,
and what I do is go to the construction line,
just make use of projection,
and I can draw a line across.
And I draw this line up,
and this is a straight line all the way up,
and it comes down
and across. Okay.
Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to start drawing on the features that give me the most dimensions. And when you look at the drawing, you'll see there is this little square here, and they've given you the length and the breadth. So you know that you can offset by 28, and you can offset
all
by 27.
the outlines.
So let's do that. Let's get that out of the way. Right.
My view, and I think I've not done this yet, so I should complete it. It goes all the way to the top.
I can choose to offset, but I can draw an overlap.
It goes.
I can overlap by 28.
Okay.
And then I go up by 27.
And the next thing I'll do is I will mirror all the features. And what I want to do is I want to be careful that I don't.
And I go across.
Mirror excessively.
Remember to delete away.
And selected the object.
Now, so you see, if you do an offset, then you've got to do a trim. So it becomes pretty inefficient, and it can be quite annoying.
Right click to accept, and the mirror point is here.
The next thing is that you know it goes up this way.
Once that's done, if you look at the hidden lines that
I don't know how high it goes
the
up,
hidden line comes from
somewhere in the middle.
The
so
countersunk hole
now. Right?
And I can copy it, use the copy
there is
command.
A line that goes across.
And I'll select.
Again, we do not know how far across it goes.
All the lines.
Okay, how far across it goes, and where it stops. Right.
Right click to accept.
Stops here.
Snap
and goes,
to the base.
Goes up.
Here.
Goes up this
and
way.
Bring it over.
We have no
bottom.
Visibility on this segment yet.
And that's it. That ends my question.
However, we can draw some outlines.
Figure 3 question 2a.
Because if you were
at this point in time, some of you actually
from this
copy the template over across
the front view.
Let me show you how it's done. You click the copy.
A small,
and
you'll see this line.
You specify a short point. You click the template
line, which is this,
and then you say like,
but from this view, it will be a short line, and then you'll see.
Actually, sorry. Let me do that later. So
you'll see a segment of this
want to copy the template across and then draw another drawing, and but what happens is that the construction lines actually can end up messing the other views and make it look quite complicated. So one way to manage it is you draw a giant rectangle, okay?
Right.
It's an outline. Later on, you should delete that outline.
I am going to make
and then what you do is you trim
lines. And I'm going to draw vertical construction lines, and I'm going to project because
then you trim all
points are very
across.
close to this, and I may accidentally project from this edge. So I want to make sure that I get the right
trim
point
all across. Okay.
and the right point.
Once that's done, you remove your rectangle. If not, you
what
lose
this means is,
and you can select all these lines to delete them.
My outline, and I know that it comes down.
Then your drawing is contained.
And it goes down by 14 millimeters,
and you can confidently copy the template,
and then it goes
over to this side.
Okay. So this U shape that I drew,
and then you can just focus on drawing on the next question.
This U shape that you see.
Alright, that ends my explanation.
The drawing.
I hope you understand it. If you don't, just give me a call.
Although on the drawing the U shape looks very
wide,
but from the front view, the U shape is really quite narrow. Okay. It's really quite narrow. Now, I'm going to try. I'll try to draw the hidden lines now, and the hidden lines will come from my plan view. Okay, I know that the cutout will be cut all the way into this depth, right? So it goes all the way in, and it goes all the way across. Okay, I need to shorten this center line, and there is actually a center line. Okay, and I'm going to draw that center line, and that's for the threaded hole. Okay, and I'm going to go in. It's here. Now for the center line, because it's a threaded hole, you have to draw 2 hidden lines on each side. So there'll be a total of 4 hidden lines to represent the threaded hole. Okay, but before I draw the hidden lines, I'm going to construction lines, and I am going to make use of, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this construction line so that I don't get confused. And I'm going to draw vertical construction lines now. V for vertical. And these are the lines that are going to be hidden lines, right? So for threaded holes, this hidden line will represent the crest of the screw thread, and this hidden line will represent the root of the screw thread. Okay, the crest and the root of the screw thread. Where is that? If you can recall the PowerPoint slide presentation, right, for screws, if you go and look at screws, you see that the crest is the tip or the apex of the thread, the root is in the inside. So the crest, if you measure from crest to crest, you'll get the M16. If you measure from root to root, you will get 0.8 multiplied by 16, and that is 12.8. That's how I get my dimensions. Okay, and you need not repeat and draw it on the other side because they are symmetrical. So what you can do is you can make use of the mirror command, and you can mirror this across. Okay, so we have our threaded hole. This line here, there is this edge here that goes all the way up, and again this edge here that goes all the way up is shown here. Okay, and I don't know how far it goes up. Okay, I don't know how far it goes up, so I'm just going to draw a little bit of it first, so that so that I don't forget where it is, that I have to come back and draw that. Okay, so it's here, and I can project across. And you see, wow, there are so many lines, I'm getting confused. So when it starts to have too many lines and it's hard to project across, we make use of construction lines. Okay, and you can do infinite lines, right? Or you can draw the lines, or you can make use of infinite lines. And I think it's always easier if you do infinite lines. And the line will start somewhere here, and it will end somewhere here, but I'm not sure where is it, to be specific, so I'll just stop there somewhere. Alright, so this view, this question actually forces you to move on from your drawing. You don't necessarily have to complete everything in one view before you move on to the next view. Okay, because there'll be some dimensions that are missing and you are not able to draw it. So don't get stuck. Don't sit there and stare at it and try and figure out what that is. So if you don't know that dimension, think for a while, and then if it's not possible, if it's unknown, you move on to the next view. So the next view we're going to look at is the end view. That's the view from B. Okay, this view is the view from B. And I'm going to start drawing this line first. This is a straight. It goes across, then it goes down, and then it goes here and it slides in. Okay, it slides in, comes out, it goes across. Okay, so I'm going to draw the outlines first. So if you notice, I always try to draw the from outside in, right? As I progress, outside in, sorry. And this is how it will look like. Okay, so I start off from this corner and it goes all the way to the top, and then it goes by 67 and it slants down all the way to here, right? So I can project it across, and then it comes down, right? And it goes down from this way. So I'm looking at this view. I have drawn this line, gone across, drawn a slide down, drawn down this way, and this one is not a line because this is a dot, and I have to move in by 6 millimeters. Okay, I have to move in by 6 millimeters, right? And after it comes across, then it goes in across and it goes through across. So actually this is one continuous straight line, right? I need not draw it in segments. Okay, it's one continuous straight line, and that is the outline for my end view. Okay, and the next thing I'll ask myself is, which dimension gives me the ability to complete a drawing? And I know, hey, there is one here, and there is this trapezoid here, trapezium here. I can do that, right? And then next I can try and tackle this, and I can try and tackle this, right? So this is how we will approach it, right? We'll try and do the simpler one first. It's 24 offset from the right. So it's 24 offset from the right, so I can go here, it's 24, and it goes up, right? And it goes up by 42. Okay, I can type in 42, or I can project across, that's okay as well, right? And this is closed. Okay, now how long does this one go? So I'll just extend it somewhere along here, or it actually goes all the way to the end. I should have extended it. Lengthen, you can choose lengthen, and you can snap using the green cross over there. Okay, it goes all the way to the end, right? You can see here. Okay, and this is how it looks like, the rectangle. Okay, then I'm going to draw the U shape next. Okay, but this distance over here, this distance here is not given at all, right? This distance, this small leg here is not given at all. This distance is not given at all. This distance is not given at all. Okay, only the height is given. So that's going to be quite challenging, but it can be done. It can be done. What we can do is we can make use of projection lines. So I'm going to use my construction lines and tap it across, and then more construction lines and tap it across. Okay, and then I'll start off with my outline, and I know it goes down by 14 millimeters, and it goes across and it goes up, right? And that's my cutout. Okay, that's my cutout, and I'm going to delete these lines away. Okay. And there is another segment over here that's shown. There is an offset of 6 millimeters. So I'll draw a line up this line over here. I know there's an offset of 6 millimeters, right? And it shares this line as well. So I'm going to draw that. I'll click on here, go by 6, and then I will go all the way up, and it will intersect this point. Remember to delete away the small little line segment that is shown here. Okay, so this is what's happening, right? This point here, this apex here, is over here, right? And it shares this point. This point here, right? This point over here, okay, is shown here. All right. So that's how it goes. That's how it goes. And I'm going to check through my drawing and see what other features there are. Okay. Alright. Now there are no more features. I can draw the center line for my threaded hole. I'm going to start from here. It's going to be here, and I'm going to delete it. And I'm going to copy my threaded holes over. Okay, I'm going to copy my threaded holes over, these two and these two. Right click, and this is the base feature. I'm going to snap this over here. Right? Okay, and this is my side view. Okay, this is my side view, and there are no more hidden lines. Okay, now this is the part where we are going to figure out how to complete our drawing. Okay, for the plan view, when we first started our plan view, it was incomplete because we do not know where this line is. Alright, we do not know where this line is, and we do not know where this line is. So actually this line, this apex point, okay, is this apex point here, and so therefore we know where it stops. for our front view. Okay, so we can complete our front view, or start to try and complete some of our front view by making use of this line. Okay, and it starts here and it ends here. Alright, so I need to trim this away. Alright, I need to trim this. So it ends here, and then this one is trimmed. I'll trim this line. This line is trimmed away. Okay. And this last segment looks like it's going to be a straight line, but actually in reality it's a slight angle because it's got chamfered. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out where this line is. Okay, so this is missing a line. Can you see it's missing a line? And this line, where is it in the drawing? It's actually here. Okay, this line is missing. It's missing because I do not know this distance. However, we can project it from the end view. Okay, we can project it from the end view. Comes down, hits it over here. If I zoom in, it goes all the way across. So I can delete this away. I can trim this away. And you can see that I've completed my plan view. Okay, and if you look from the top, this is what this segment is. This segment has been cut at an angle, chamfered, right? And it is here in this picture that I've drawn. Right. Now, it's not done yet actually. So this part is really tricky. This next part is there is this line segment. Can you see this slope line segment? This slope line segment actually is this line segment over here. This slope is this line segment over here. And what I need to do to complete the front view is to make a projection of that point. Okay, and it's a vertical point, and I'm going to click on this point. This point is here on the drawing. Okay, and this point is not known in my front view. Right, I don't have a dimension for it. But now that my plan view is completed thanks to my end view, I can then know where is the intersection point, and I can project it up. And I know it intersects this point. So therefore, I can now complete my front view with this outline. And this outline is sloping at an angle. Okay, so you can see this from here. There is a slope, and it goes, then there is the cutout, there's a U shape, and it goes about. So this region is this region looking from this angle, and that's what you'll see. You'll see a straight line, and most students would think that this is also a straight line, but unfortunately it's not. It's at an angle. Okay, simply because it is chamfered on one end, and it's like an illusion trick. But yeah, so then from there it carries on. This will be a straight line, down, across, up, across, down again. Okay, then with this, right, you do a quick check and your drawing is done. So what I'll do is I will draw. I use my construction line. I'll draw another rectangle, and then I'll trim. Alright, once that's all done, I select all this. And I've got my let me turn off the construction layer so you can see it clearer. Turn the layer off, and you can see this is the drawing figure 3 question 2b, right? And you can tell how what's new over here is how to draw a threaded hole, right? How to draw a threaded hole. What's new over here is that from this drawing you can tell that some dimensions are not given at all, and it is almost impossible to draw it and complete one view entirely on its own. You would need to stop, then progress to the next view, then stop again, progress to the next view. And once that's done, come back to it again using the meter line, the 45-degree line, and make use of projections to find intersections that were previously not there. And then you project that point or the intersection point down and across to get the positions in either your front view or your plan view. Okay, front view or your plan view, or from your plan view you project upwards to your front view, and then you complete your drawing. It's a fairly challenging problem, figure 3 question 2b. I would encourage you to try this by yourself and check the answers and make sure you could do it independently. Thank you for your attention.